Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Brivity with iCloud. That way all those contacts and leads you have in Brivity will automatically get sent to iCloud. It updates your iPhone, your iPad, and then if you add any contacts into your iPhone or iPad, those can get synced into Brivity as well for follow-up. It's super easy to set up. Let me show you how. The first thing we're going to do is go to apination.com. And once we're here at apination.com, I'm going to come on down here to Discover Connections. And here you're going to see a ton of different apps, real estate apps, marketing, productivity apps. They're all available to automate and sync. I'm going to click on Brivity. And here I can see the apps available to automate with Brivity. I'll scroll on down to iCloud and click on that. And here you can see there's two different syncs available, and the subscription covers both these syncs. Brivity into iCloud and then iCloud back into Brivity. I'm going to set up Brivity into iCloud first, and then I'll come back to complete the two-way sync. So the first thing I have to do is connect my Brivity account. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to enter my Brivity username and my Brivity password. Finally, I'm going to name my company. And this is mostly if you're connecting more than one Brivity account, just so you can keep the different accounts straight based on the company. There we go. So now Brivity is connected and it's asking me to connect iCloud, and to do that it also wants me to sign into API Nation. So I can sign in. If you don't currently have an API Nation account, go ahead and click this create one link at the top, or you could also sign in with Google. I'm going to go ahead and choose that option and choose a Google account I want to use to sign into API Nation. All right, and then finally we're going to connect that iCloud account. So it's asking me for my Apple ID and a password. So I'll type in my Apple ID here. And then the password, but it's not my Apple ID, it's an app-specific password, which is a little bit different. So where do you find that app-specific password? Let me show you, it's super easy. So to find my app-specific password, I'm actually going to have to create it. And to do that, I'm going to go to appleid.apple.com. And I'm going to sign in. And it's going to ask you to authorize using two-factor authentication. You're going to see this pop up on your Mac or on your iPhone. And it's also going to send a code to either your Mac or your iPhone, whichever one you're using. So there's that code. I'm going to type it in here. And this is just to get into my Apple ID. Great. Okay, so I've signed into my Apple ID, I've authorized, and now here's this box under sign in and security for app specific passwords. So I'm going to click on that, and it says I can generate an app specific password. So I'm going to click. I'm going to go ahead and name mine API Nation. That's what I'm connecting. And hit create. And there is that password. Be sure to copy this before you hit done, because this is the only time you're actually going to see these letters. After this, it's going to be hidden. So I'm going to copy that. And now I'm ready to connect iCloud on API Nation. Now that we have that app-specific password, we're ready to go back to API Nation, input it, and then configure and launch. All right, now that I have that app-specific password, I can come back here, hit Control-V or Command-V to paste it in here, and click Connect. All right, just a few options left before we hit the big button to activate the sync. For example, do I want to sync all contacts when I start this up? If I do, I just check this box. It's going to push everybody from Brivity into iCloud and get everybody up to date. That sounds great to me. If I wanted to be a little bit more discerning, I could also filter it by tag. So maybe I only want to filter people by a tag called iPhone or any other tag you have set up in Brivity. I could do that. Or maybe I only want to send over contacts from a specific agent under this account. I could do that. I'm going to only send over contacts from Donna. This all looks great. It's going to iCloud, and then the mapping here, you can see his first name, last name, email. You can see over here on the right-hand side, some of these fields have a red star and asterisk. That means they are required. They must be filled out in Brivity, otherwise a contact will not be created in iCloud. This all looks great. If you see anything else you want to send over, just click it on the left-hand side and then click it on the corresponding field on the right-hand side. For example, we can do home street address with address, home city with city, home locality with state, and home postal code with zip. And I'm going to activate this sync. There we go. So we have this sync up and running for Donna going into iCloud. I'm going to go ahead and set up the companion sync to make this a true two-way sync. I'm going to click on the Brivity logo. It's a shortcut to get back to all the apps that Brivity can sync with. Once again, go to iCloud. And then we already have Brivity going into iCloud. So now this time we just want iCloud going into Brivity. I'll click activate, and because we've already connected both of these accounts, it's just going to send us through to the final page to configure and launch. There we go, very similar options again. Do I want to send everybody from iCloud into Brivity, or do I only want to send contacts added from today going forward? I'm actually going to leave this unchecked this time. I'm only going to send contacts I add from today going forward. I have so many people in my iCloud, I don't necessarily want them all in my Brivity jamming it up. But if I add in somebody tomorrow, if I meet somebody at the coffee shop, I'm going to want them added. So I'm going to leave this unchecked so it'll only sync contacts from today and in the future. And as those contacts are added to Brivity, what do I want them to look like? I want them to be new, but if I wanted, I could select them to be hot, watch, nurture, past, inactive. And then they are usually going to be leads. They're not going to be collaborators, so I'm going to go with the leads. I don't necessarily want to tag them, but if I did, I could. I could tag them with something like iPhone. And what agent do I want associated with them? I'm going to go ahead and choose Donna again to complete this setup for her. I can do that. And then again, I can go to mapping if I like and set up any additional mapping I want. This all looks great. I'm going to go to the top and activate this second sync. There we go. If I click on My Syncs, I can now see I have both those syncs up and running. Brivity to iCloud, sending all those contacts I have in Brivity into my phone, keeping it up to date, and then iCloud back to Brivity so that I can add contacts right to Brivity from my iPhone, from my iPad, super easy. So that's it. That's how you sync iCloud to Brivity and get your iPhone automatically updated with all those leads, and allow you to add leads right to Brivity simply by adding a contact to your iPhone or iPad. It's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to take that contact management right off your plate so that you can focus on making more deals. If you have any questions, ideas, or need any help setting this up for you and your team, give us a call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.